Hi guys, good afternoon. Welcome again to another online activity. Hi guys, it's me Adrian from MyES Montenegro in Milan. Sorry, I have a bit of congestion. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone is well. I am okay at home. I've been quite busy lately and doing other activities, cooking, helping my wife, reading, house chores, which is quite good. It keeps me going. It keeps me active. I haven't been working out much. As I would like to, but I've been keeping myself busy, at least mentally. I go do the shopping, grocery shopping once a week. And sometimes I go to the bakery twice a week to get bread and the essential things from the, instead of going to the market, I go to the close-by bakery to get small things like milk, eggs, bread, biscuits, cake. Yeah. All right. So welcome again, guys, to focus activity 4 to 5. It takes. Okay. So it takes, in this focus activity, using the phrase it takes, describing distances, how much and how many. So how much we use for countables or uncountables? And how many do we use for countables or uncountables? I'm going to give you guys some time to think about this. All right, so how much we use with uncountables, things that we can't count, yeah, and don't have a plural form. So we could use some or any, but we can't use the articles a or n. We use those a or n for countable nouns, a pen, pens, which is plural. So countable nouns can have a plural form. Yeah, I'm going to just write this down. Countable nouns can have a plural form, whereas uncountable can't have a plural form. Perfect. So let's move on, guys, to the activity it takes. Okay, how long does it take to get from your house to the school? How many eggs does it take to make an omelette? How long does it take to learn English? All right, let's go to question number 1. How long does it take to get from your house to the school, to MyES school? Well, it takes me 50 minutes to get from my house to the school, because I use 2 metros. Yeah, I use the red metro and I use the yellow metro, or the green, can't remember now. It's been a while since I've taken the metro. Well, almost a month. Okay, so how long does it take you guys to get from your house to the school? Yeah, so to get meaning the time you take. to get from one place to the time used. Yeah. It can be for transport. It can be for anything, food. How long does it take to prepare yourself in the morning? Yeah. So when you go in the bathroom, how long does it take to take a shower, to have a bath? Okay. All right. Question number 2. Sorry again for my throat, guys. Been having a bit of irritation lately. Okay. How many eggs does it take to make an omelet? Well, it depends on how many people you are serving, you are catering to. I think it depends also if you have cholesterol, on many other factors, yeah. But the general, I think you would use 3 to 4 eggs maybe to make an omelet for 2 people. Yeah. How many eggs does it take to make it? It takes 2 eggs or 3 eggs or 4 eggs to make an omelet. Depends on you, yeah, on the factors also. How long does it take to make pasta? How long does it take to make pasta? I hope I'm right. I think it takes 10 minutes or less than 10 minutes to make a good pasta, al dente style. Okay. How long does it take to learn a new language, or in this case, English? How long does it take to learn English? I think it takes, well, it depends on many factors. If you are a fast learner, if you read a lot, if you practice a lot, also, it depends where you are. So if you are in a foreign country and you're learning English, it will take a while because many people speak the native language in that country. So I would think generally there's no rule, but it just depends how much time, how much effort you put in to learn any language, basically. For me to learn Italian in Italy is easy because I'm surrounded by Italian. So I tend to speak it every day with my wife, with my friends. You know? It becomes a habit. But if you are an Italian learning English, you may not have many English friends or person who speaks native English person who speaks English. So it will be difficult for you to learn. Yeah. So it depends on many factors, guys. But for me to learn Italian, it took me, because I think I'm quite good now in Italian. It took me 3 years to learn Italian to where I am now, intermediate level, because my work also requires me to use only English. So I only get to use English at home, with my friends, or outside of the work place. Perfect, guys. Some of that water. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Driving time. Use questions beginning with how long to ask how much time you need to travel. Now, how long does it take to drive from my house to the station? On foot, we use the preposition on with feet. Yeah. So on foot, it takes me 15 minutes. By car, it takes me 8 minutes by car, 5 minutes also sometimes. Depends if there's no traffic from my house to the station. Yeah. So how long does it take you from your house to the station? Or how long does it take to drive or to cycle or to walk from your house to the station or to the school? Yeah. I'm going to open a link which we can use now to say for how long does it take to go from one place to another place. So for example, from my home to, let's say, actions, okay. All right, that's fine. Okay, so on foot, from where I stay to Bishelier station, yeah. By car, it would take me 3 minutes, yeah. But on foot, it would take me 13 to 15 minutes, like I said. Okay, by cycling, I don't have that option there now. Okay, so okay, let's see. From home to the school, Mayes Montenegro. How long does it take on foot? On foot, it takes me a good 1 hour 54. So let's say round it off to 2 hours. Yeah. By metro, it would take me 43 minutes to 50 minutes. Yeah. It depends also on the time of day. By car, it would take me 24 minutes, so 25, so half an hour by car from my house to the school. What about from my house to Duomo? Let's see how long does it take. Piazza, let's see the square, the Duomo Square. So it would take me 26 to half an hour by car. It would take me half an hour to arrive at Duomo from my home. Yeah. What about by metro? It would take the same amount of time, around half an hour to 40 minutes. Yeah, by metro from my home to Duomo. What about walking? It would take me a good 1 hour, 40 minutes on foot from my house to the Duomo. Let's look at one more example from my house to Como. Como. Yeah. So it would take me on foot. It would take me 9 hours. Yeah, on foot. By metro or by train, it would take me 1 hour 53 minutes. So roughly 2 hours. By car, it would take me 42 minutes to get to Como. Yeah. Last one. Let's try another city or another place. The Cattolica University. University of Cattolica. Yeah. So by car, that would take me 20 minutes. It takes me 20 minutes by car to arrive to Cattolica. It would take me 33 minutes to 40 minutes. It would take me 30 to 40 minutes to arrive at Catholica University by metro. It would take me, let's see, on foot, it would take me an hour and 20 minutes to get to Catholica University. Yeah. Perfect, guys. Let's move on. Let's see. So moving on to the slide. How long does it take to drive from Portland to Seattle? And this is how you would respond. It takes 3 hours and 20 minutes. Yeah? How long does it take to drive from Rome to Florence? It takes 3 hours. Yeah? How long does it take to drive from Berlin to Frankfurt? It takes 5 hours and 30 minutes. How long does it take to drive from Sydney to Melbourne? It takes 9 hours. Yeah? Now you can also change the verb. How long does it take to cycle, to walk from one place to another place? Yeah. So you could also use another verb instead of to drive. Yeah. So how long does it take to walk from A to point B? Yeah. A could be anything, any city or street or place where you live to another place. Yeah. Perfect. So how long does it take to walk or to cycle from point A to point B? Yeah. Point A to point B. Perfect. Good, guys. Okay. Let's move on. Okay. All right. So, walking time. Using questions beginning with how long. Using questions beginning with how long to ask how much time you need to travel. So, like I said, when you use take, it's asking how much time you take from one place to another place, how much time you use. Yeah. So, how long does it take to walk from my house to the school? It takes, as we've seen, it takes, I think, an hour, 2 hours, yeah, from my house to the school. How long does it take to walk from the school to the city center? I think from Montenero to the city center, it takes, because I normally do that from Montenero to Duomo, it takes me a good half an hour, 30 minutes to walk from Montenero to Duomo. How long does it take to walk from the station to the park? Well, we have a park here, so from Bisceglie station to the park, it takes me 20 minutes from the station to the park. Yeah. How long does it take to walk from the supermarket to my house? So we have we have several supermarkets close to where I live. It depends which supermarket I would like to go to. So generally we have one supermarket that we always go to. So it takes me on foot. It takes me on foot, it takes me 20 minutes from my house to the supermarket. Yeah. How long does it take you guys from your house to the school, from the school to the city center, from the station to the park, yeah, and from the supermarket to your house? Okay, perfect. Or how long does it take to drive from your house to the school? How long does it take to drive from the school to the city center? How long does it take to drive from the station to the park? How long does it take to drive from the supermarket to your house? Or you can also say, how long does it take to cycle from your house to the school? How long does it take to cycle from the school to the city center? How long does it take to cycle from the station to the park? And how long does it take to cycle from the supermarket to your house? Okay? And you'll respond to all of these by saying it takes. So it takes me 20 minutes to walk from my house to the park. Perfect. So it takes meaning how long you use from one point to another point. Okay. All right, days, months, years. So what prepositions would you use with these words? Days, months, and years. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to think about what preposition you would use with days, months, and years. So with days, we would use on. Yeah, for example, on Monday, I go to the gym. On Tuesday, I go to yoga class. Yeah. Okay, so we use on, the preposition on with days. What about months, guys? What prepositions do we use with months? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. What preposition do we use here? Okay, a couple of seconds. Yes, we use in January, in February, yeah, in March, in April. Okay. What about year? What preposition do we use with year? We use, a couple of seconds, guys. Yes, we use in for years. So in 2000, in 2010, in 1980. Correct, guys. Great job. Use questions beginning with how long to ask how much time you need. So we can also use how long, yeah, to ask someone how long it takes, how much time you need. For example, how long does it take to read a book? How long? I'm going to write this sentence down. How long does it take to read a book? Okay. How long does it take to read a book? Well, if it is an interesting book, it would take me 2 to 3 days, yeah, if it's really interesting. But if it's a book that is not really my type of reading, it would take me generally a week to finish a book. Yeah. All right, so next question. How much time do you need to read the newspaper, guys? I normally don't read the newspaper. I watch the news, or I keep up to date with the news on my phone, or other sources on the radio. So I really don't use the newspaper. But when I was really young, I used to read the newspaper, and it would take me. So the answer would be, it takes me, yeah, because third person, it takes me 10 minutes to read the newspaper. Perfect, guys. It takes me 10 minutes to read the newspaper. So how long does it take you to read the newspaper? It takes me, okay, you can respond, it takes me 10 or 15 minutes or 5 minutes to read the newspaper. Good, guys. How much time do you need to make a pizza? Generally, I think you need, it takes 20 minutes, I think. Preparation, cooking time, I think takes 20 minutes. Preparation, another 10 minutes. So it takes 30 minutes to make a pizza. How long do you think it takes to make a pizza? How much time do you need to make a pizza, guys? Okay. All right, next one. How much time do you need to learn to play the guitar, or in this case, any instrument? How long does it take to learn the piano? How much time do you need to play the violin? Yeah. I would think it's just up to your interest. So it takes, depending how much time you put in, also dedicating your time to the instrument, to playing the instrument. So I can't really say how much time, but generally to play the guitar, I think it takes 2 months to 3 months to play the guitar. Okay, how much time do you need to walk 2 kilometers? So to walk 5 kilometers, it takes me 45 minutes to walk 5 kilometers. So it would take me 15 minutes to walk, or 10 minutes to walk 2 kilometers, 10 to 12 minutes to walk 2 kilometers. So how long does it take? How much time do you need to walk 2 kilometers? To run 2 kilometers, it takes me 10 minutes to run 2 kilometers. And it takes me 40 minutes, half an hour to run 5 kilometers. Yeah. So how much time do you need to walk 2 kilometers, guys? Okay, some seconds. All right, next one. How long or how much time do you need to run a marathon? I think a marathon is 22 kilometers, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think you would take, it depends how much training you did. I would say it takes an hour to run a marathon. I think, I'm not too sure, guys, but I think it takes an hour to run a marathon. Okay, guys, next question is, what else can you think of with how much time? Let me think of something. How much time do you take in the bathroom? Do you take in the bathroom, when you shower, when you prepare yourself? It takes me 20 minutes, yeah, 20 minutes tops. How much time do you need to prepare your lunch? Well, it depends. If it's just for me and my wife, it takes us, or it takes me. Sometimes we both do the cooking, so it takes us 15 minutes to prepare something really simple and quick. How much time do you need to prepare something for work? Generally, it takes from half an hour to an hour to prepare something for my students. Yeah. How long or how much time does it take to make a simple pasta and pesto dish? It takes me 15 minutes. Yeah. To plate everything, to dress, to set up the table, and also to have everything on the table ready. So it takes me tops 15 minutes. How much time do I take in the morning? So I wake up, I brush my teeth, have breakfast. So in total, it takes me, I also watch the news. It takes me an hour, 50 minutes, yeah, to do everything. Perfect, guys. Any questions from you guys before we move on? Okay. Let me see if I could think of something else. How much time does it take to go from my house to the hospital? It takes me 20 minutes by car to go from my house to the hospital. How much time do I need to go on foot from my house to the pharmacy? It takes me 5 minutes because there is one literally down my house. Yeah. All right, that was really good, guys. Let's try and use the preposition with the years. So on Saturday, before I go to the gym, it takes me 40 minutes to prepare myself before I go to the gym. I take all my clothes, I put them in the bag, I do a warm up before I go. So it takes me a good 40 minutes before I go to the gym. So on Saturdays. In December for Christmas, how much time does it take me to prepare something for the guest? Well, it takes us, me and my wife, it takes us a day before Christmas, or 2 days before, to prepare everything we need for Christmas. Yeah. So on Christmas Day, it takes me a couple of days prior to prepare ourselves for Christmas. All right, for a year, how much time does it take to celebrate New Year's? So in 2019, for New Year's, it took us a couple of minutes to prepare something before we could bring in the New Year. Yeah, a small dish. Okay. All right, guys, perfect. Okay. Let's move on. How many? Use questions beginning with how many or how much. to ask about an amount you need. So how many we use with countable nouns. Yeah? Something that is plural, we use how many, with something that can be counted. For example, a pen, yeah, you can have this in plural form. So this could be pens, yeah. So how many pens do I have? Or how many, so let's use this with the question, how much, to ask about the time, the amount you need to do something. How many eggs do I need to make an omelet? It takes 2 to 4 eggs to make an omelet. Yeah. So many has the plural form, and we use it for countable, whereas much doesn't have a plural form, and you can't count it. Yeah. So how much? So for example, space, furniture, wine, sugar, salt, information, data, news. These are all uncountable nouns. Yeah. You can also have irregular for countable nouns, irregular nouns. For example, man, child, children. So how many children? You don't say how much. You can use irregular nouns also for many, and regular nouns, yeah, plural nouns for many. So for example, with much, how much time is also uncountable. How much time do I need to prepare an omelet? It takes me 15 to 20 minutes to prepare an omelet. Yeah. Let's see what questions we have here, guys. Okay. So we have flour, the pronunciation is flour, water, sugar, eggs, milk, oil, and chocolate. Yeah. So let's look at the question and the example. So before we move on here, I would like you to tell me, what is flour? Is it countable or uncountable? A couple of seconds, guys. Okay, great. Flour is uncountable. You cannot count flour. Yeah? It doesn't have a plural form. Okay, water. What is water, guys? Plural, or is it countable or uncountable? Can water have a plural form? No, it can't. So it is uncountable. Okay, let's check what is flour. Uncountable. Water, we said, was uncountable. Sugar, guys, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to tell me, is this countable or uncountable? Great. It is uncountable because you can't have S, plural form, in sugars. Good job, guys. What about eggs? As we can see, there is an S with eggs. It is a plural form, a regular plural form. So we could say this is countable. Perfect. What about milk? Milk is uncountable because it doesn't have the plural form. Yeah? Something that you can't count. Perfect. What about oil, guys? You're right. That is uncountable. Chocolate is uncountable. Yeah. Now you could make this countable by using a word before, yeah, to make it a quantifier. So, for example, a kilo of flour, 1 kilo, 2 kilos of flour, yeah, that becomes countable. So 3 kilos, 4 kilos, yeah, 400 grams. So that becomes countable. What about liter? To make that countable, we could say 1 liter, 2 liters. Yeah, so that becomes countable when we use liters, or cup, or a bottle. So this is a cup of water. Yeah, this becomes countable. Perfect. What about eggs, guys? Eggs is countable, so that is fine. We can say 2 eggs, 3 eggs. What about milk to make it countable? Yes, we can use 1 liter of milk, 2 liters of milk, 1 gallon, 2 cartons of milk, 1 carton. Yeah. What about oil to make it countable, guys? You could use 1 liter of oil, 2 liters of oil, a bottle of oil, a gallon of oil. Yeah. What about chocolate to make it countable? Now you can say 1 piece of chocolate or a chocolate bar. Can I have 2 chocolate bars, yeah, to make it countable? Perfect, guys. All right, let's move on. So what do you need to make a chocolate cake? You need 225 grams of flour, 300 grams of sugar, 350 grams of sugar, 85 grams of chocolate, 2 eggs, 250 milliliters of milk, 125 milliliters of vegetable oil, 250 milliliters of water. So I would like you guys to tell me which of these would you use with all of these? Yeah, how many or how much? So 225 grams of flour. Would you use how much or how many? As we've seen, flour is uncountable, so we use much. How much flour do you need? You need 225 grams of flour. Yeah. All right, sugar. As we can see, sugar is uncountable, so we would use how much sugar. Perfect, guys. Chocolate, we also seen chocolate is uncountable, so we would say how much chocolate do you need? Yeah. And you can respond, it takes 2 chocolate bars, or it takes 100 grams of chocolate to make a chocolate cake. How many eggs would you need? Yeah, it takes 2 eggs. How much milk? It takes 250 ml of milk to make a chocolate cake. Vegetable oil, is that countable or uncountable? That is uncountable, yeah, as we've seen in oil. So how much vegetable oil do you need to make a chocolate cake? It takes 125 ml. Okay. Water is uncountable, so we would use much. How much water do you need to make a chocolate cake? It takes 250 ml of water to make a chocolate cake. Perfect, guys. Very good. Hope that was clear. Moving on to the next slide. It takes 2 to tango. This expression we use a lot when it requires 2 people to do the job. Yeah. So, for example, the game chess. It takes 2 people to play chess. Yeah. Or which is something which requires 2 people. When you are in a dialogue, it takes 2 people to make a dialogue. Yeah. Perfect, guys. So use questions beginning with how many or how much to ask how much is needed for something. So before we move on, I would like you guys to tell me money. Is that countable or uncountable? Money is uncountable. Yeah, we cannot count. You can count euros, dollars, but money is uncountable. Yeah, you can't say monies. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't have a plural form. So we would say, how much money do you need to buy an apartment in Milan? Well, it depends on the area. So it takes, so for example, where I live, it takes around 200 to 500,000 euros to buy a house near where I live. Perfect. So money, we use how much. What about people? Correct. We use people with countable nouns. Yeah. So how many people do you need to play football? It takes, I think it takes 22 players to play football. Yeah. Oranges. How many oranges do you need to make orange juice? Well, if it's two people, it takes 6 oranges to make orange juice for 2 people. So oranges is countable, hence we use many. Yeah. Studying. Studying is countable or uncountable? Great, that is uncountable. So how much studying do you need to pass the checkpoint? You need a lot of studying to pass the checkpoint. Yeah. What about eggs? Is that countable or uncountable, guys? Eggs is countable because you can have a plural form. Yeah. So how many eggs do you need to make an omelet? It takes 2 to 4 eggs to make an omelet. Yeah, it depends on the number of people also. The next one is cow. Can you have a plural form for cow? Yes, you can. So you can say cows. So that is countable. How many cows do you need to produce 1 liter of milk? I think 1 cow is sufficient to produce a liter of milk. Here. Perfect, guys. Very good. Moving on to the next. Oh, let's ask another question using much or many. How much time do you need to study? No, let's use another one. How much of milk do I need to make a vanilla cake? It depends how big is the cake. So it takes a liter or half a liter to make a vanilla cake. Yeah. Perfect, guys. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so we've reached to the last slide here. You've all got the day off. Plan details of an outing for your class. Think about where to go, time to get ready, how long does it take to get there, by car, by train, on foot, by plane, how much money do we need, tickets, yeah, what activities will you do, time to do them, and time to return. So where do we go, guys? I think we should go to when everything is over, when all of this virus goes away. I think we should go to the beach. So let's go to Sicily Beach, guys. How much time do we need to get ready for the trip? Well, let's go for 1 week. So to get ready, it depends. For me, it takes me half an hour to prepare. So it takes me half an hour to prepare for myself for the trip. Or it takes a couple of days it depends how you're going there. Yeah. How long does it take to get there? By car, I think it takes a day. It takes a day to get there by car, or by plane, it takes a couple of hours. Yeah. On foot, it takes a very long time. How much money do we need? I think for a week we would need for hotel and lunch, dinner, eating out. Maybe it takes 1,000 euros for a week, yeah, in Sicily. Tickets. Well, we're going by car, so we don't need tickets. What activities will we do? It takes. Now we will swim, so it takes hours to do this activity. To sunbathe, it takes a lot of hours also. To play football, it takes. It depends how much football you want to play. Time to return. Well, if you're going by car, it takes a day to return. All right, guys, thanks a lot for your time today. It was nice having everyone here, and hope everything was clear in today's lesson. Have a great day, guys, and we'll see you soon. Bye.